What's up? It's your host Noelle's Notions, and I've got Q Furb for Fame by the Flame.
Hey, what's going on, bro? Hey, how's it going, Noah?
Hey, it's such a pleasure to have you here. I'm so excited. This is your first Fame by the Flame interview, so I know fans are really looking forward to finding out some more about you and hearing about all the new
Yeah,
music you have coming out. But before we get started, I wanted to take it back a little bit because I really wanted to introduce people to, your freestyles and your flow and kind of the inspiration behind it all. So, let's start with like what kind of got you interested in making music or getting into the music industry?
I feel music always been in my life. Like it's always been an inspiration. Like just like my parents playing music around me, the different music I grew up listening to, like Parliament, Prince, 80s, like Bobby Brown was like one of my favorite artists growing up. So like I just feel like I wanted to be them when I was younger. So this is what I evolved into eventually. Like
So following in the footsteps of the greats and then now like creating your own wave, right, to like inspire the youth.
yeah, I feel like all the people that inspire me aren't even really. I do get inspired by rappers and singers and poppers, but they usually all the old school that I still like. It still hits my soul better. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey, you can't knock the OGs. So I'm right there with you on some of the
yeah,
classics, Michael Jackson, Prince, the whole same wave, New Jack City wave, that whole vibe is
yeah,
like it.
that's my type of wave right there. I just like try to stay hip with what's going on today. I always stay in tune with what's going on, so I try to grow with what's
Yeah.
going on in the world, but keep my own twist to it. So.
Okay. Well, so I know that like some of your earlier work like Shooter, right? Like freestyle like that. How does that compare maybe to some of your newer work? Let's talk about maybe the video that you have actually right now, which is Make a Way. So that video is out right now. Maybe what's kind of like your, I guess, like evolution or growth between those two bodies of work?
I feel like one style's like raw, and then there's a melodic side to me, like whole other alter ego. When I'm in the studio, like it's all the vibe, how I'm feeling. I'm going off that emotion, so that's
Okay.
the type of song I'm gonna get. So really depend on the beat and how I'm feeling. That's
Okay.
how I create.
That's what I was gonna say. So then do you tend to like start with a beat or do you tend to start with like maybe something happens in your day and you're like, oh man, I really gotta like jot this down. Like what's your process look like for creating music?
Well, for right now, the project I'm working on and wrapping up right now, no pen, no pad, is self-explanatory. It's no pen, no pad. So I'm pretty much going to the studio, running through beats, and I go in if I like that beat, and that's how
All right. Well,
that
shout out
that's
to
how this project's coming behind. And it's a whole bunch of styles. This I can't even say how many styles is on this tape. It's a lot of styles. So I'm gonna see what the people gravitate to.
okay.
So.
Okay. Well, yeah, I was saying shout out to your producer because you got her or him working hard with all the beats, right?
Yeah. Even the engineers, they got a good ear for like what I'm going towards or how I'm feeling for the day, or sometimes not. Sometimes I'm not in the mood to freestyle. So I feel like once I get this no pen, no pad out the way, I'm working on a joint album with another artist that I'm close with, 40 Stacks, and I'm writing it during this project. So I'm taking my time and it's like going in a different place with it. So
That's really cool. I
it's
think
gonna be different music. So
yeah, because
people gonna
collaborations always kind of bring out another side to an artist almost because it's like you're kind of in this like musical like dance, right? With like whoever you're on the feature with. So it's kind of brings out like another side to you and almost like complimentary in a way.
yeah. This project gonna be crazy because we sound different. So the voices just alone, like the sound's gonna be crazy. Just the clash.
Cool. Well, when does that drop? I'm really excited to hear that.
We plan to drop this around October, around
Okay.
Halloween time.
Oh,
So it's,
so spooky season, but yet right in time for Christmas. So fans can,
yeah,
wrap that up for the
yeah. We
holiday.
basing it off the movie. You heard of the movie Stigmata?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what it's
called
based off of?
Stigmata though. It's called Stigmata though.
Okay,
So we
okay.
switched it up a little bit. So
You got the little twist. Well, and I
yeah,
noticed that a lot of your freestyles, like that's kind of what it is. It's like that's what makes the sound unique is because it's a familiar maybe like beat or like canvas, right? But then it's your twist to it. So fans can really kind of connect with you in that way, right? While still kind of being hip to some of the older music or ode to so, you know. I noticed
right.
that in, your other music video, because I'm really big on visuals, you know, you eat it up, right? Your eat it up freestyle. You had referenced Rocky at the beginning, and the video totally made me think of the piece you did with Otai Maza. And I didn't know
Yeah,
if you saw that or if that was the reference for it, but immediately I was like, oh, I love this. Like this is the vibe.
yeah. That's kind of where I was going with it.
Fire.
So yeah, I'm
Okay.
glad you caught that.
Yeah, for well, so friends, if you haven't yet seen the visual, you have to go on and see it. It's really cool. It's like kind of like I don't want to spoil it, but it's almost like kind of like trippy. Like it's really cool. I like it, and I like that you have that same kind of like futuristic like play with edits and animations actually on a lot of your videos too. The you know Make Away has it on it, and then the 7:25 a.m. as well.
Yeah, well, actually, the last four videos, shout outs to MEO Visuals, because he creates all that. Like
Okay.
he creates all the vision for the visuals. So like, I really just show up to them shoots, and he's like, "Dude, just go." He come up with all the ideas, so it's been cool working with him.
Right. Yeah.
But like, I feel like I just been dropping freestyles just to showcase the talent right now, and then I'm gonna hit people hard. Like the singles coming, everybody. So
Well, yeah, I know you said now you're doing features. I know when we had talked previously, you were talking about a tour potentially. So it's like I definitely think that there's big things in the works for people who are following you early and like now get to see kind of the whole journey of your stardom.
yeah, I feel like I gotta go out to the West Coast because the West Coast showing a lot of love right now. So I feel I gotta go out there to start it off. So
Okay.
that's
Because
kind of where I want to head.
you're on Massachusetts, right? It's East Coast.
Yes.
Okay. What do you feel like being from the East Coast? Like, how do you feel like it's impacted or influenced your music or your style?
My style, I feel I don't sound like anybody from Massachusetts. Like Massachusetts got like their own style. Like I don't know, like we had Gangstar and Benzino. We ain't Marky Mark. We ain't really have nobody to like Millie's and Joyner and stuff like that now. But like it's really like raw or backpack or
Mhm.
there's it's not really. I feel like I don't fit in the scene out here, so I'm making my own scene. So I try to sound like myself all the time. I try to not listen to the radio or really when I'm in creative mode, I try to stay to myself. So I can't really talk about too many artists out here the scene like that because I'm really closed in and trying to expand right now. So
No. Well, I mean, what's the saying? If or if you build it, they will come. So I feel like you're kind of building like your own wave. They're like taking the West Coast style and kind of bringing it out east a little bit.
well, the West Coast runs through my blood. My dad's from Oakland, so
Oh, shout out. Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
and I got family still in Oakland and San Diego, so I got family based out of California, so I'll
nice.
be going back and forth. That's
Jeez.
like my second home right now.
I'm a NorCal native myself, so I'm all California's home. I love Cali, but I also love the East Coast though. You can't knock it. New York, and I've been to Massachusetts. I like the vibe out there. Was you had a video actually where you were being filmed in the snow, and I was like, is this Canada or is this Massachusetts?
Nah, that's Massachusetts. That's how we get down out here. It gets crazy out here sometimes.
Got like the Drake vibes in Massachusetts. It's dope.
Yes, I wasn't expecting to do a video like that. That video we shot in 2 minutes. I was like, it's too cold to shoot today, and we just shot a one take drone video, and it was something different and people liking it and
Yeah.
song catchy. So
Yeah. No joke. It gets cold out there, like negative, like 13 degrees, like something wild.
it'll be 60 one day and then negative the next.
Yeah. So I know that you kind of talked about some collabs, right? Like who would be some people that you would like really be open to collaborating with in terms of like you appreciate like their style or their flow? East Coast or West Coast?
East Coast or West Coast. Um, I like I I'm like trying new stuff right now. So I like the Afro beats. I like Thames right now. I'm trying to like explore and get into the world music as well. But I also like Currency, Smoke, Dizza. I feel like our sounds together would be good.
For sure.
And pretty much anybody in the game, I feel like I could collab with because I'm very versatile. So I don't like to stick to one lane. So
Okay.
Tory Lanez would have been a nice one, nice collab.
Yeah. Tory Lanez is a cool guy for sure. I was definitely with the music too. He's got some bangers. So you can't.
Trippy, Playboy. I like everything. Like to do it.
Yeah. Do you feel like your sound from when you first started making music to now has like changed, or have you felt like it's pretty much consistent because it's really just like true to you?
Like people will say it changed, but I feel I just been polishing it up all these years. And people haven't even heard the best to come yet. Like they haven't even heard what I have in store. So I just been dropping these freestyles and giving little teasers, but I think it's about time I hit people with a banger that
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
talked like it's
What
coming.
those originals, right?
Yeah. Cause I feel like the freestyles they hitting, but they just showcasing my talent and
Yeah.
now it's about that time. I got hits.
Yeah. Well, I think, to your point, you're growing into a multi-dimensional artist, right? Like still keeping the same style in terms of like being authentically you, but now kind of growing into the sense of like creating more original tracks now that you have like original visuals and kind of putting it all together so that people can really understand like who you are, like who Q Furb is, like who you are as an artist, who you are as like just a person in general. Like what is something that maybe most people wouldn't know about you, or like a fan who's just hearing your music would be like excited to find out?
That is, I don't know. That's a tough one because I'm pretty much all out there like with my music right now. Like I'm very authentic and true to myself. So now I'm working on that more. So it's a crazy journey of life that I'm on. So like my music's gonna start expressing that more. So I really just wear my heart on my sleeve with this music and I put my blood, sweat, and tears into it. So I would say if they didn't know anything about me, now they know I got like 600 songs in the tuck. Like
Okay,
I
six.
got a catalog ready to go, and I've
Damn,
been doing this like
all
10 plus
art.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there's a
all
lot of
art.
people that never heard of me that
So you've
do
stuck
now.
with this for a decade, right? Why,
Yes,
like, where does this passion come from, or like, what makes you so passionate about music?
I feel like if I didn't have music, I wouldn't have a passion, and that I would probably crash out. So I
Okay.
feel like this always keeps me going. Whether people hear my music or not, it's always kept me going, and that's all that mattered in the end. So
Okay. So not like an escape, but more something to kind of like keep you balanced. Like,
yeah, this is my therapy. Like instead of me going to pay for someone, I'd rather
yeah,
vent it out
well,
to the
I'm
mic.
trying to get paid.
Yeah, that's kind of how the no pen no pad started. I just got frustrated writing one day, like a writer's block, and I was like, you know what? I'll just go in. And I don't like to punch in. I don't like to stop. I like one track. I like one track and
Okay.
then maybe some ad libs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
if I can't catch it in one take, I want to delete it. Like I don't like to punch in.
Okay. Well, I mean,
So
if I were to put you on the spot, could you give us a freestyle right now?
I, I wasn't ready to rap. Like I could, but I don't want to rap right
Yeah, no, no, I won't put you on the spot because realistically, I want fans to tune into your music and hear your flow before you give them a free one, right?
I got like 50 freestyles out there right now. Like they can go check. All they gotta do is Google me right now or on YouTube search Q Furb and a lot of freestyles pop up. I got some songs on there, but it's you can go back in my catalog and see the growth and
Well,
see
yeah,
where
10
I'm at now.
years. That's like a really impressive catalog. And so where again can fans find you or like on social media, like your website? Like what's the
Um,
way to get connected?
right now the Instagram Q Furb on Instagram, Q underscore FURB. And then on YouTube you can just type in Q Furb, QFURB, and everything will pop up.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I'll have to go check you out. And then your
Spotify, iTunes, all that.
yeah, and you have your Zaza freestyle is out now too, right? So
Yes.
people can tap into that. What like Spotify, SoundCloud, like all streaming platforms.
It's on Spotify and iTunes for sure right now. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well,
I'm
before
not too big on the SoundCloud. I have a SoundCloud, but to be honest, I haven't updated that in over like
okay,
five,
look at
eight
that.
years. So
Style.
if you search, you will find some old gems. I'm sure you'll find
So
something.
that's like when you go back and you remember your old MySpace password and you like open up the crypt of like what's your MySpace look
Yeah,
like.
because I don't know how to get into MySpace or SoundCloud anymore.
I know I lost my password too. So if anybody's out there watching, you can probably find me
Twitter too. I don't use
grave
Twitter no more because of that.
on MySpace.
So
Oh man.
I'm
Oh
horrible with the social media, but I do respond, and I'm not one of those stuck up people. So like if you working and I check your page and all that and you working, got some traction, I'm down to work.
yeah. Well, I mean, from what I've heard, you're really down to earth. I feel like you're really transparent and honest too about just like how you are with your music, and I can tell that you're really passionate and serious about it as well. So I'm really excited for people who haven't checked out your music yet to open up that vault and see all the past stuff as well as keep up with the new stuff. Because
Yes, definitely.
having stuff drop in a couple months here. So
Yeah, I'm about to start moving fast. I'm about to start flooding, so stay tuned, everybody.
yes, that's fans. Stay tuned. Well, thank you so much, Q Furb, for being on Fame by the Flame. I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys too for the time,
Of course.
everything, and I plan to see and work with you guys very soon again.
Yes, yes. And fans, you guys got to keep a lookout because not only is there going to be new music and collabs, but hopefully a tour. Fingers crossed, east to west coast.
Yes, yes, that east to the west coast or the west coast back to the east,
Right? Just
whichever
start
way it
all rock
goes.
and roll, right?
Yeah, I'd rather start out west though to keep it honest,
Yeah,
and
keep it
then
well, wait,
end
that
it here.
back at home and you can bring all your spoils back to your fam, right? That's the whole
Right.
that we do it for.
Yes.
Awesome, Cooper. Okay, well, thank you so much for your time. Again, fans, I'm your host, Noel's
Thank
Notion.
you guys.
This has been Fame by the Flame with Q Furb.
Thank you guys. All right.